MSFT, Microsoft. The information says after layoffs, Microsoft tells staff to invest in your own AI skilling. That's Michael Sandy Foxtrot Tango. Microsoft shares pull back off the highs now, $499.56. Microsoft shares hitting a high of $503 following that upgrade this morning from Oppenheimer. That's Michael Sandy Foxtrot Tango. HIMS, Hims and Hers on Canada expansion news, popping here, $50.10, HIMS. Hotel India, Michael Sandy. DDOG, Datadog, joining the S&P 500. That was reported yesterday. RYTM, Rhythm Pharmaceuticals on very light volume, hitting new highs now, 74.01, up almost $9 at the highs on RYTM. Company announced earlier that their treatment bivamelagon achieved BMI reductions in patients with acquired hypothalamic obesity. That's Romeo Yankee Tango Michael. China's market regulator said firms including SF Great Wall Motor, NetEase, attending a symposium on fair competition, said will strengthen fair competition review, enhance antitrust supervision and law enforcement, will improve the efficiency of investment and merger reviews.
Okay, morning everybody.
CWAN, Bloomberg and Clearwater Analytics partner to
Run a little behind. We were having a little technical difficulties there with the actual recording streaming system, but it seems to be working okay, so welcome. So yeah, it's a banner day today because Nvidia is hit the $4 trillion mark again. Let's see, did it break it? Yeah, it broke it. It was 160.98, put it over $4 trillion. So I will absolutely be trading this stock today because of that as far as the beginning. So we'll be trading off the highs and retracing. So I did mark this out a little bit. Kept a lot of the historical levels that we had. And then as you can see, they could possibly be respected. And then, yeah, I actually don't think I added any from yesterday. So I could do that. And just add one maybe right there from its high of open session in case it retraces down into that. And it seemed like that smoothed across there pretty good. Let me get this in here now. I'm a little out of sorts this morning because I was running behind with this technical difficulty, so make sure you read that. Make sure you guys practice the day trading plan as well. Of some sort. This is kind of what I do. It's up to you whether you do it or not. I always recommend your max loss per trade be 25% of your max loss per day, and you follow it explicitly. Okay, so we got that out of the way. And we won't be doing any sponsorship ads or anything. I feel like I'm behind. So on the scanner, so we had, this is what came up on the special scanner here. So let me just make sure we're not, yeah, we'll rescan again here just to make sure it's up to date. I think it's automatically updating over there, but still says it's scanning. See how it's dull right there? There it goes. So Nvidia, Tesla. Yeah, I don't think anything changed from what I just showed you. So this is the what we were looking at. I was marking out this too because this is interesting. It's going down mostly. But let me just see here. No, that's not what I want to do. I was trying to, oh, here it is. Oh, the mark is up here. I didn't see it. So yeah, this has gone down. Yeah, it was showing it being red, but there was a lot of activity here. Look at that. So this is 1 minute average per day on a 1 minute candle, and then an average over a 10-day on a 1 minute candle. And this is our volume right now, and we're looking for stuff that's averages over at least 100,000 on a 1 minute candle to get the kind of volatility and price action that we're looking for to trade, to scalp large caps. And that's what we're doing here today. So this is the Professor with Day Trading for Success. If I didn't say that right, I'm definitely out of sorts. We only have a few minutes till opening. I know it's probably the usual suspects, and I appreciate you coming here. Boy, did we struggle yesterday. That was a tough day. I don't think I have hood marked out yet, so let's get a look at that. Yeah, grab that top, grab that. Let's see if these fibs are still, I don't think the fibs are correct because of that right there. Oh yeah, they are. So that's still the high, and we didn't make a new low. So I know that fib is good. Yeah, fib, remember we were watching that take off yesterday. I don't think we're going to get back up there, but I'll mark that just in case. I could mark this from the open session here. It's not bad because we're right in that price action right there. So, it might be, we might want to trade off of that as we get over here. But I will trade the open once again with Nvidia. And then, oh, wow, we've got a new one here that I know a lot of traders trade this. Let's get a look at this. Oh, God, don't let me forget this either. This is how I like to have it done up here. So I'll open up the 5 minute on this. Yeah, look at that. It's moving today up. Is that got news? Oh, yeah. I would call that news, which is bad for us to trade right off the bat because we don't want to trade a catalyst. when we're trading a consolidation strategy, but that doesn't mean we can't come over here and see this as it starts to consolidate off this. So this might be a good one to watch for our second or third stock to make our goal today. Now we're just going for $100. Everybody can go. I'm trying to show $100 so that at the end of the month we have $100 per day at minimum. I think we've been averaging a little bit above that. Let's see here if I have enough time to do anything here. I got light shining in my face, and whenever I look at this screen over here, trying to show something to you guys here. How much time? 9 minutes. We're okay. 9 minutes. We're doing fine. Hopefully you guys are all set up. I'll go over this in a minute. I can't get this to do what it needs to do here. Let's see. Nope, it's still putting up all the months. Trying to figure that out. Remember how I did this. I'm going to have to abandon what I'm trying to do here because I'm not quite set up to do this. Yeah, we'll just forget that for now. Okay, never mind. I was going to try to show you where we were on TraderView so we can follow along how much we're making each day, at least on the stream. And I looked at it earlier, so out of the days that I have traded this month, I have only one day where I was 92% accurate, and the other days I was 100% accurate. Every day we've made above our goal of $100, and we're keeping it tight and lean, and that's all we're going for. It is so tempting, guys, to raise that up, you know, to just, well, if I can make $100, I can make $500. And the problem is what happens in the brain, you know. Yeah, technically, if you took every trade the same way, but when you go up in share size, as most of you know, that is not what you're going to do. And I have been very hesitant to trade the way I normally trade by averaging more into my positions faster, because I don't want you guys to get caught. Now, eventually, I mean, there's big arguments here in the studio about us saying that I should just trade the way I normally trade so everybody can see, but it is a different, it's not like it's just a different level of accuracy, but it's also a different state of mind, a confidence level that allows me to do that. And if you try to mimic that in any way, it could go very bad for you. So that's why I've been holding into what seems like endlessly boring trades, just so that you don't lose the trade. I don't lose the trade either. That's good news for me too. But I mean, there is a possibility I could just keep averaging into the position, you know, even more than 100%. And it is an advantage of having a large account. I could just keep saying, and then go like, hey, I'm okay with losing $2,000. I messed up. You know, 99% of the time, I don't. It retraces because it's a large cap, and I'm watching the news. It's just like, God, if it's is this really making a move? I should just cut my losses. If there's no news, I will tend to continue to add to my position, which is kind of cheating if you're trying to learn because you don't have the account size. So is there an advantage? Yes, there is an advantage to get your position closer, and then on a bump, get out. Even if it's continuing to go against you, you have the opportunity on a bump to get out. So, you know, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got that out. So at some point, you know, I probably will start trading that way and then let you guys see, like when I trade the RV strategy, that type of that level of share size and trading into going well beyond what you intend. It's not something that is recommended in any way because it's dangerous until you really become a professional trader. I am a professional trader. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Remember that. You have to seek the advice of someone licensed before you try this stuff. But I am a professional. I make enough money to make a living. I am a business owner, so I don't have to worry about it, which is another reason why I probably have confidence trading. Right? So it's just like it's still in a hobby phase almost because it's not the be all and end all of what I need. That's the end of that speech. So let's go to Nvidia again. Let's just get ready so I can tell you what I am going to do here. I don't even know myself yet. So let's see here. Now, I recommend that you get a lot of these indicators if you don't have them, but yep, you can certainly trade without them. These are not things that I sell. They're over at the $1 Million Margin Club, and there is a link to go get them if you want. And we'll talk about them as I'm trading. It's interesting that this just might take off, right? Because people are psyched that it went high, this high. So I am a little, worried about immediately hitting the short off of a level. Now, I have no levels. That's the other thing. I've got no historical data of any kind up here. So I'm indicator driven entirely. I think we have the ATRs will pop up when the market opens, and then I'll have the whole and half dollar levels. And this is when they come in very handy. I am not doing a Fibonacci above this. I'm just going to keep the regular retracement. That is the high right there, 160.98 from before. Now we have a new high, but I'm not going to reset it. Yeah, there's the 4 trillion announcement right there, guys. So hopefully you guys are ready to go. We have the market pulse over here that is telling you on a 15-minute chart what the market's doing. This is the market pulse on a 5-minute chart along with a multi-chart alignment. So overall pre-market, the last 15 minutes have been going down, but then overall it's been going up since the beginning of the pre-market session. So this is if you want to follow your capital use and how much margin you can do a quick calc to see if you're in danger if you decide to hold it. This is our trend, clearly up. The strength of it is in the clouds. These are very handy indicators. And then here, we're still 2 minutes away, but that's interesting how it made a new high. Now, the market magnet showing the highs as well as where most of the volume is right now. It tends to always draw back. That's why it's called the magnet, particularly. This is set for large caps. This is these two arrows are kind of the inner range for large cap of what you should expect. Nothing's for always. Of course, you've got the best indicator that there is right here, which is the Scalp Pro. Shows you what's happening inside each candle real time and the strength of the move within a 1-minute candle. When the volume breaches the last one, which it will immediately at open, this will turn blue. This will go over 1 million. It'd be interesting to see if it even hits 2 million and if we get any kind of glitches in the Thinkorswim platform. And then, of course, this is the risk oscillator, which really tells you how many pennies to go for. Pre-market, that's pretty high already. So you can see there's a lot of excitement about this stock right now because of what just happened, which is why I'm a little tentative about how I might normally trade it on the opening candle. Opening candle is definitely something you should practice well, you can't practice it too much on a sim because it won't work. But I mean, it's something you should watch and study to see where you would have gone in. And it's not highly recommended until you get very, very good at it. But I am showing you how it can be traded. And, I've had varying, I think that's the one trade I missed actually was on I lost like $2 or something as I got out because it jumped so fast away from my position. All right, guys, so here we come. We're about 20 seconds away. We got a pretty big crowd, so let's see how we do. I'm wishing everybody luck. We're going to do it, right? Keep your max loss in order here. It's hard to try. Don't try to follow me exactly, guys. Be your own trader. Yeah, I don't have a level to call out. When the half and whole dollars come up, that would be the levels I'll look at. They're going to pop up in just 2 seconds here. And there they go. So I would probably look to get in at the 61.50 and go short and then get ready to add to my position. Yeah, there it goes. Oh my God, I did it again. Jeez, guys, I was running behind today. I'm glad because I got higher in there. So, let's see how far. That's the ATR too. Well, I should have come scanned down and looked at that a little closer. Look at it go. People are very excited. I probably wouldn't add till I get up here, 62.50, which would put me, well, I don't know how much that would be. Not quite $100 down, but it would definitely be a big number here. So that's why I say, like, don't necessarily trade like I'm trading here. And I was a little tentative, a little worried. Will this actually retrace? You know, I wish it would. I wish I would have waited for the ATR. I didn't actually see that level right there. That would have been a level I would have been more inclined to go in. But it's going up, boy. Look at it go. So now you're going to have to put on the big boy pants if you want to go in to this one. It stopped at 48 cents. Did you see that? That's its new high. So it is hitting some resistance there. We might have to wait a little longer for a retracement, but I do believe it will happen. Let's see. Getting ready to add up there if it goes up. I'm taking a chance for sure. We're already into the second candle, so any 1 minute candle retracement opportunity is over. Okay, I'm going to take that. Didn't pick me up. I tried it. It would be at 58 cents. Cancel. Yep. So I could have sold market there. Scared, a little scared. I'm getting scared here. Let's see here. Wow. 63 now I'm looking at. I'm going to go ahead and try again. Okay, so now we're going to see this number go way against me fast here, so I've got to be careful at what I want. Now I'm at 62.28, so I'm way out of position, looking for a retracement, and this may get bloody because it could. That's your market magnet high. No, this is the high of day, right? That's the high of day somewhere already. Is that possible? No, I don't know what that green line is right there. So I would like to see this. I don't want to go to 800 shares on this move, but it's possible that I would. But, you know, hopefully if you're trying this, you're at like 5 shares or 10 shares. It is a little magnet pulled up. Don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. That's a springboard for up. So I could go to higher share size here. It is tempting. You've never seen me go to the full share size of 800. But this would be one to do it. This is why I was tentative about this. Now, some of you might have rode this up, and you're doing just great. I like to do that retracement. Oh, man, there's 300. So, yeah, this is getting a little risky even for me, guys. I'll call it down. I still think the retrace is going to happen. Let's take a look at this over here. These are new. When you get into new highs, you don't know how crazy people are going to go. At some point, shorters are going to come in here strong, but that is price level above. That's another spring, and we are coming up against a high spring here. And I think I will add to my position up here, maybe near 64 if it goes up here. So you may see me take a $1,000 loss today, guys, but I'm going for a retracement. So I'm way up here, 32. Yeah, I'm way down here. So it needs a bit of a good retracement for me. I like to see at least something's turning around here for me, but I'm a whole dollar out of position, so I'm going to start to look at these indicators a little tighter here now to see how to call this before I add to a losing position. There goes our first 3 days profit all in one if I got out right here. This is why I don't really recommend to do at the opening candle, because this is what can happen unless you went long. You know, I probably should have thought about that more, but I just did not know how the market was going to react to this $4 trillion stock. So the fact that it does seem to be bouncing off the 163.50 makes me want to go in higher, unless it's going to break it here. It's making a flat top, so we want it to flat top down, for me anyway. Unless you're going long, then more power to you. I might add to it as it drops, as that really is the way you should get to your full position, as it drops, sort of like a swing trader would. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. It breached the 50 cent once. It's hovering on it. Yeah, I don't think I'll add to it until it's going back down my way, assuming that happens. So the drama is building. Yesterday I was in this ridiculous long position forever. We didn't get to these kind of numbers. I think I was 115 down. Now, when we're in consolidation, I recommend that your max loss is your share size. That's what I normally do, but this is an opening trade, and I'm handling this differently. At some point there is gonna be a massive retracement here. So, but will it decide to settle at 62? 63? Will that be where it starts to consolidate? And then I'm kind of stuck down 150, 200 bucks, never quite get a profitable trade. Yeah, let's drop. Let's jump on that, guys. You can see Scalping Indicator is 93, 94%. People are, more and more people that see that. I'd love to see some price action coming in here and pulling that magnet down. I would need to see it get down into here before I add to my position. If I do that on the way down, I would want to see it really showing me that it's going down, so I don't get into more and more trouble with this. And I'd look at it at $1,000, really. Honestly, that would probably be the most I'd want to ride a bad choice. And then, of course, the danger would be if that happens to me. What you feel like you want to do is to make that back. And that's not a good lesson to teach you. That is what I normally would do with the RV strategy. I would get it all back, so I have a green day, but then I have a red trade, which feels entirely different than a red day and a red trade. These numbers don't make me panic. It's happened to me before. But man, it is really strong going up, man. Jeez. This is new territory. A lot of people jumped on it. It's too soon for the shorters to feel comfortable, right? The volume is going way down now, as you can see. Buyers still in control. No question here. A lot of people are going to start taking profit here, guys. So that could be, if you're in the short with me, that could be where we start to get, does seem to be coming to a stop, right? Oh, that's a lot of volume coming in right there. Oh, there it goes again. The magnet's pushing it up. Oh, good. It dropped down again. Oh, but that pushed it right up to the 70, to its new high. Oh, my God. Look at that go. I am actually thinking of adding as it goes up here. That's how crazy I am. Oh, boy. Ouch. This is an ouchie trade. I don't know how far this is going to go, but this is not cool for us, those of us going short. Yeah, no new news except what it did there. I probably should have just traded it off that news, like people are so excited, right? I just didn't do it. So that's annoying. It's a long way back from the way we've been trading here. It's just lower share size. If you just tuned in, you would not want to be following the professor. So, you know, every trade is not good, you know. I don't know what that level is there. I keep getting confused by my own indicators. There's so many of them. Oh, that's the higher ATR range. Okay, good. So that's the entire ATR. That's what that is. This is the half ATR. Wow. So it did stop at that, which is interesting. And then this is the market magnet range right up above it. So it's stopping at the whole ATR. That's where people are coming to their senses, right here. But it did break it. So let's see if it retests it and takes off, or if it breaks down. If we got down to the half ATR, that would be good for me. It seems like it's using it as a support. Okay, guys, so that's the average true range over a 14-day period, the complete amount added to the open. That's what that is. And a lot of people go by that level, so we're watching that close to see if it rejects off that now that it's breaking it, or if it just, you know, pivots and takes off. And that's more of an escalator strategy, which would really concern me holding the trade. I mean, this thing could go to 170, 175. I mean, you just never know with these when it gets into a trend type situation, which is happening right now. As you can see, upward trend. Market's totally green. All this stuff's green. You know, everything's green. So might get in. I might at the 63.50 think about adding if it gets down here. But instead, it made a turnaround. Wow. That's a sign that it's going to go. MACD's sending it down, which is good. That's what that is. Again, I'm saying it's good because I'm going short. Some of you might be going long, and you have to think about this the opposite direction. It is saying that it's going to continue to go. Wow. I'm feeling really happy for a lot of people trading this long, which I know they are some right now. In this studio, we have a studio, and there was some debate, and I know a bunch of people went long, and they're probably just holding it, you know. This is the one time where the short retracement didn't work. Having a long bias, but then looking for the retrace. You know, it never gave me an opportunity, even for a small amount of money on the retrace, so it just took off and went straight up. I traded it with sort of the same price prediction as I had been for the last week. Went up, goes down, then maybe keeps going up later, but this is a different animal right now. 64, is it going to break 64 too? How bad do I get beat up here? It's really testing the heck out of that ATR there, see it? Part of me wants me to get out and go long. Just to hit that reverse, you know. Each time it bangs here and keeps going up, I lose more and more confidence. Magnet just came up too. Wow, that's where all the volume has just been. Something to watch if you're staying long. It should stay long right now. And this is not an insurmountable loss or anything, but man, the way we've been trading, it's like 6 days gone, you know. So at some point I'm going to have to pull the plug. I do not want to add as it's going up. I'm getting closer and closer to just saying, you know, because every sign is that it's going to go up. So that's the buy-sell oscillator turning around, giving me some hope. That's how much I'm down per share, $1.62, $1.60. And then that's the total P&L. This is the risk. I'm well beyond the risk, as you can see. It's saying short is 11 cents and long is 19. So it's still very long biased in the first candles that have started the day here, which is, oh, wow, I'm further in than I thought. I'm 15 minutes into this trade. Wow. That is a painful journey right there. Nothing here tells me that I'm going to get some retracement. So adding to my loss is not necessarily, oh my God, it's still going. All right, I hope you're feeling with me. The professor can be wrong. I keep telling you that. Oh, boy. Nothing new.
Nvidia spiking to all-time highs, 164.35. Nvidia shares up 2.68% today. November Victor Delta Alpha.
Unfortunately, that news bulletin is going to work against me. So, yeah, the volume is still breaking as it goes up. Yeah, 1,000 would be really the most I'd want to take this little journey. Well, if you got stuck with me, guys, sorry. I really thought this would retrace, obviously, or I wouldn't have taken the trade. But it probably will. But, you know, you should definitely, if you've hit your max loss, which I assume you have by now, you should just get out. We're at the top of the market magnet. Man. Ouch. It's just not stopping, guys. It keeps having a little pullback, nowhere near where it helps me. There we go. Now to pull back. That's a reversal sign. Rickshaw man, Doji, here you go. Come on. Big fall. If you are going long, this is a reversal sign. But maybe nothing can stop this stock.
Company announced it was awarded a hospital contract in Hong Kong worth $11.3 million.
In here, I'm a couple bucks. $1.90 out of position here.
Sandy Uniform Golf Papa, SUGP.
Which, of course, $2 equals $800 with 400 shares. I need real proof it's going down before I add. We will live to trade another day. Remember, oh man, it just keeps making new highs. Oh, it keeps announcing the same story? Is that okay? I thought there was a new story for a minute. Broke through the upper magnet, which is good for me going short. Here we go. I would like to see it get down to this level, and then I would add to my position on trying to get a retracement. If it got down here, 63.75, be $1.75, be up to about $63. My position at 800 shares. Waiting for it to go 75 cents down still, so it's a little painful. This action above the magnet's not good. Means it's going to stop this move from going down.
Coming up at 10, wholesale inventories for May. The consensus is minus 0.3%. And then at 10:30, crude and gasoline inventories.
If I was trading the RV strategy, you'd see me go add, you know, till I was like 20 cents from the mark. What you can do when you're watching this action is you see how far is it retracing. You know, right now it's only about 13 cents. But I am, unfortunately, not taking a bunch of trades with you guys. I'm not moving to a different stock. I'm stuck in this move. And this is going to be what the morning is, I think. The question is, how much will I lose, or will I be able to be bailed out here? Right at the magnet, but action below it means it's going to keep pulling it down. We're at the 9 moving average now. So we want, I really need the shorters to gain control here. Stopping at the even dollar amount, 64. It stopped dead there. I can't get up to that level unless I really add a lot of shares. But it seems to have crested at least. The question, will it stair step up or stair step back down?
KLV shares getting a little pop here, up about 4%, $15.58.
Yeah, I told you I was apprehensive, and now you see why I'm trying to do the retracement here. You're not going to see me pull my hair out. You're not going to see me freak out because I trade in these types of numbers much higher than these all the time. But that doesn't mean you're not freaking out if you don't do this normally, and hopefully you got out if you hit your max loss. Going back up to $2 down, so that's not good. $2 out of position. It's using the upper part of the market magnet, which is, set that way for a reason because it's usually respected. So it bounced off that. 50% of the overall volume profile that's come in. Price action based on a volume with that's based on a certain price that's just passed. So it's averaging that out, and tends to drop back to that zone. It broke the 9 for a bit, so that's good news if it decides that that's okay, and we get down to the 14. It's just really keeping that 64. That seems to be the spot, way out of my position, so that's not good for me. It seems like it's going to use that and bounce back and forth. So there's probably some good trades to be had right here. I'm just not in the position to take them. There's some logic to just taking your loss, getting back in, and getting it back with these moves. I do feel like there's going to be I still feel there's going to be a big retracement. I'm still holding out for that. Trying to stay confident. This is not a great upward pattern right here. So let's see if we can break this even dollar here. It looks like it's about to. Boy, it's holding firm, huh? See it there on the bid? Just right there. There it goes for a split second. If it does that, it might go down like, 30, 40 cents all at once. There it goes. 10 cents. If it breaks that, I will go in for 800 shares. So there's the next exciting point to watch as a viewer. How bad will the professor mess up? But look what happened. It respected that. Tap down here on the 14, turned around. Buy sell oscillator, turned it back around this way. Getting tired of holding a losing position. This feels like a repeat of yesterday, only with much larger numbers. Yeah, that's the risk of the opening candle, guys. It can really be a crapshoot. I've been doing very well at it, and then every once in a while it reminds you of the unpredictability of the market. Sellers have been right at the top, but look at the volume hit with the sellers not making it, so that's a good sign that no, that's a good sign for it to go up. That's opposite of what I was thinking. Oops, I'm not going long. Okay, so it's breaking the 14. Come on. Which used to be lower than that. Now it's kind of creeping up with each candle. Looks like this might be my loss in this general area, because if it's going to consolidate here, I probably should just take the hit and get out. Man, this is not where I wanted it to stop. Look at it stopping right at that 64. Seems to be what people think should be the new value. I unfortunately thought it should be 162.28. Okay, there's the buy-sell oscillator turning around again. I mean, yeah, buy-sell oscillator. Yeah. I need all the help I can get from these indicators, because that means people are seeing these in different ways. You know, these crossovers, and whether it be RSI or EMAs. I needed to break off this. I mean, I could add a whole bunch, so I could be right up in here. Man, it just keeps. Now it's flat topping to break it, which isn't good. Yeah, we're down to this grind. This is painful. So I could hold this as a swing. You know, a lot of times I will hold it for the day. I mean, put a profit in, not a loss, but a profit in on the ladder, and just wait, and we could move to a different stock. Part of me just wants to get out for you guys so you see, like, that's what you should do. And I don't want to hold it overnight, so will it retrace back to the 160, 161? Maybe. I thought so in the beginning. This isn't any better. It looks like it's, I mean, it's just really staying right at the 164. The 14's moving up, not, you know, so we're not getting down to where I need it to be. You add to the share size, I'm just as much down because it's staying in the same area. But if it shows no signs of retracing, it makes no sense to add to the share size. Here's your 20 moving average. All right, that was a good break. Went down to 84. Nice on the 5-minute, showing a nice red candle, which might have some people jump on. If it crosses this 1 hour red, that's a good sign. So you've got, for me, multi-chart alignment, 5 and 15 are now down. So confidence is waning to play. That buy-sell oscillator turned it right around. So this could be the point where it just takes off back up. So I want to see it break it, and then I would be inclined to average to my full position size, which is 800 shares. It's going to break the 20. It broke it. Boy, that is very tempting, guys. Let's see if it holds below it. Went all the way down to 68. You see, 163.68 roughly. You can see my charts are set very sensitively here. Not much money difference for me as that happened. Still way negative. As time goes on, though, it's easier to swallow. All right. You don't want to be one of those traders that screams at the screen. You have to be prepared. Read Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas, like 20 trades go against you before it goes your way. Just think about it that way. The difference between 600 and 800 isn't too much, you know, by trying to play it down this way. Not good. So, yeah, so it's 5-minute actually didn't end up with a, If this breaks green here, then this is a bad sign as it crosses the 1 hour. Yeah, everything's against me again, so not good. It seemed like it was going to make a move in my direction. It actually used the ATR as a springboard, which was one of my fears. That's why I didn't go in right away. I wanted it to really break it. More like the escalator strategy is happening here to go long on this move.
Minus 0.3% in line for May, month over month.
Yeah, that's where it made a bit of a stand right there and made a tweezer move and is breaking that move. Here's a bunch of consolidation at this level too. Yeah, just a few cents above it. If I move my charts around, then the price goes my direction. Oh. I'm stuck holding this for now, guys, so fortunately I can't take a lot of trades with you. Hopefully you've been picking up on how to do this and not do what I just did. But it just seemed like I just probably should take my hit around this level, or like I said, set it on the ladder for a future move throughout the day that it will retrace at some point. Do think it's going to close higher than the open, so I would want to, if I did that, I'd probably want to put it, I don't think it's going to get much worse for me, honestly. That's why I'm thinking about setting it on the ladder and maybe switching stocks and trying to make some money with you guys on something different. There's my capital used. So I know I have a lot more than that to trade, so I can just switch to other stocks. Yeah, I think probably that's what I'm going to do. So the question would be, where do I set it at? And then we look at it as it, so I won't add then at this point. So probably, well, you know, I've got to set it to where I'm going to make money. So I'm thinking that maybe even just above the 162, so I don't get greedy to get out, because it might spring down and go back up, because I do think it's going to close a bit higher than what it opened. So right now it's at point, it's 0.36 from the high. Let's see, ATR was $3.8 is all that was, $3.80. Is it going to break that this time? Yes. Now stay down there. Drop. Drop. We don't want another retest. That makes it even stronger on the way up. Let's drop from the ATR, guys. A lot of people have this set. Yeah, the buy-sell oscillator said you're going to bounce back up. Ugh. It's not going to do it. I'd love one 5-minute to close red as it crosses this here. You look at it now. So a multi-chart alignment is not giving people confidence. So I think everybody would probably expect this to close higher than it opened, though. So I'm in dangerous ground. I'm $2, you know, $2 from that being the best situation. But now it is going lower than it has gone. Let's close below that level, please, on the 5-minute. Okay, so this is tempting now to add to my position. So let's see here. So 68. I'd be up to just below 163 if I added right here. There's our VWAP. Our Our fibs are way down here. I need a 5-minute red candle. Yeah, I'm going to wait on a 5-minute red candle. I know I said I was going to go in here, but I'm waiting on this. I want a 5-minute red and then another 5-minute going down. So there's one red 5-minute, which is good. Now it breaks the low of the market magnet. It's going to pull down this volume. Of course, as it goes lower, if I add, I'm still more out of my position. So I'm thinking this through. It's at 163.26 is roughly the VWAP. A lot of people would assume it's going short if it hit that too. So we're stopping at the 50 cent here. A lot of people trading the whole and half dollars, guys. You got to watch that. Can I get into the negative 300s instead of 400s? At least then I'm back to like being able to bail out if we trade the way we normally trade over a period of a couple of days. No. You don't want to go green. No. Drop back below the 50 cent. Drop below the 50 cent. Now, of course, you could say to yourself, if had I gone in up here to 800, I would be almost green right now. So that's the normal trick I play. I just add so much that any kind of retracement gets me out. I didn't play that trick here. I am trading differently because of you guys. So you should appreciate that. I'm losing on purpose now. But there's no question I made a mistake at the open. I think I could have bailed myself out by now, but who knows? Spoken with the true confidence of a trader, huh? Yeah, every time it hits that and rejects, that's good news. Rejects off the 50 cent. Yeah, we're missing some good ones, I think. I hope some of you guys just switched over and made some money on something different. Put the word out. The professor is losing. Quick, come to the stream. It can happen. Wow, boy, breaking that VWAP. It's another. Maybe I should get it double down. Just won't give me very much. It'd still be, below 63, really, 163.
SPCE, Virgin Galactic, making new highs now up about 9%.
That's because of their... Oh, dear. Tesla's still down. Don't go back up there. Not good. Okay. So I'm thinking that I might want to set this, like I said before, set a price to get out on the ladder. So if I did that, that would be, like I said, right above 162, I think. So let me go ahead and open this up. Probably right around this area. Set that down there to pick me up, and then I don't have to. Oh, that's right above that, huh? Yeah, it's above that ATR, so that's good. So that gets me only 23 cents on 400 shares, but I do think it's going to end up going higher today, and I will not hold this position overnight. I will take the hit, whatever it is. And if it, I didn't set a price to get out, like $1,000, or because you can't put two of them in here. And I'm more inclined to think optimistically, but I will keep an eye on it. Obviously, I'm not just going to not watch this throughout the day, but I'm going to hope for the best here, and know that I might lose 1,000, around 1,000, if it just decides to not go down. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. So let's take a look at some other trades. Sorry if I led you down the wrong road there, guys. We have I'm already past the time. That's why they're waving. All right, so I don't think I can do anything here for you guys fast enough. I'm going to be trading the RV strategy. Depressing. Well, so you saw what I set it at to see if it comes back or not. You can see what I set it at. So I see a bunch of you hopped off, basically moving to maybe to the RV strategy. But that I would count that as a losing session with you guys. So we've had since last week. That's our first one in a while. So, but that's not too good. I thought this was Nvidia for a minute. I'm like, what? It's still going up. So anyway, guys, I've got to move on to the other trade thing. That one didn't work as well as I would have liked, unfortunately, but that's the nature of the game. Hopefully you learned something in that move, and I'm going to hold it to see if I can recover from that position, and if not, then I'll probably get out at a maximum of $1,000 down, almost like a day trade more than a scalp. And I do have the ability to do that, which is great, that I'm lucky that I can just take that hit and it's not the end of the world for me. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be careful out there. You can see what can happen, guys. So be careful out there, and I'll be back tomorrow with hopefully a better trading experience.